Hey Wayne, thank you for coming in this morning and helping us with our exercise program. You and I have worked together. You have an arthritic right knee that is now doing very well, and I think it's a big part because you've done a lot of these exercises. So our goal this morning is to run you through these exercises so people at home who maybe have an arthritic knee and need to figure out what they can do, they can have a bit better idea. And as they say, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So with arthritic exercises, it's nice to have a dynamic warm-up. So I always say walk well, and so learning how to not thrust on that knee to the outside is very important. Every step you take during the day can have a big impact on your knee. Balance is very important. As we age, we start to become more concerned about falling. Seniors, especially over their 80s, that's one of the big things that make them fearful of going outside. Put an arthritic knee in when they have less proprioception, which means the ability to feel their leg in space, it becomes even worse. So balance is very important. Strengthening exercises, and then we finish with a few dynamic stretches. So, you ready to get rolling?
Sure.
Great. Okay. So the first one, let's just do a walk again. Just walk to that doorway and back for me. When you walk, you have a tendency for that right leg to thrust out to the outside. And so as you come back, think about rolling off your big toe and maybe not extending that right knee all the way back so that your knee doesn't thrust out as much. Quite good. Do that one more time. And I know you have a brace that you have for that as well. And the combination of walking a little bit better plus the brace can have a very big impact on the alignment of your knee and how it will feel day to day.
Okay. Is that better?
That's perfect. That's good. They say by the time we're age 50, we have a hard time standing for more than 8 seconds, especially if you close your eyes. You would only close your eyes if you felt safe and you had a safe environment around you. Okay, and come back off that. And then try that on your right knee. Keep the knee slightly bent. Keep the knee lined up over the second toe, the toe beside the big toe. 15 to 20 seconds, 2 to 3 times. It's an easy thing to do. Okay, Wayne, the first strengthening exercise we're going to do is calf raises. Calf raises tie in nicely here because it also works on your balance. So with your knees just slightly bent, you're going to rise up onto the ball of your feet. You can use the chair if you have to. 3 to 5 seconds, back down. And you're going to repeat that 10 times.
3 to 5 seconds?
Yep, 10 times. The reason we want to strengthen is the strengthening increases your muscle and your connective tissue integrity. And your bones are just stacked up. Without your fascia that holds your body together, your muscles, your bones would just fall over. So a lot of people think with arthritis they shouldn't be exercising, but the reality is the research shows they need to be doing weight-bearing exercises. Great. Wayne, we've done the posterior part of the body stretching, now we want to stretch out the front. If the quadriceps here, this muscle here, are too tight, it actually puts extra pressure on your kneecap, pushing it down into the groove, and that can lead to a lot more arthritic pain. So stretching that gently will really feel much better. Grab yourself a strap around the house. A big towel also works. Your therapy tubing is not quite as good. It's got too much flexibility to it. So you take a strap, you put it around your leg, make sure you're safe to do that, okay, and facing the wall. Once again, you don't want to be doing this like we talked about before. You're going to keep your core strong, use the wall for balance, and pull up like this. The key here is not to bend forward at the waist. Tighten your stomach. Good. Pull it up. And to create a little more stretch, you can bring this foot back a little. There you go. Perfect. Keeping that curve in your back the whole time so it's not changing. Hold it. This one you can hold it a little longer, 10 seconds. And you'll just do 3 stretches in each leg. We're going to repeat the exercise you just did in standing, but we're going to do it lying on your side. The problem for a lot of people in their 80s and 90s, they just couldn't stand on one leg and stretch the other leg. It would be too dangerous for them, just too hard, okay? For some people, they need to start on their side and then they progress to the standing one. So you take the strap, sit yourself down, wrap it on your leg, come onto your side, pull it right back, and just pull it back just like you did the other way until you feel a nice stretch in the front of your leg. Much safer, just as effective for a stretch. You lose out on some of the balancing and strengthening of the other leg, but for a lot of people this is good. And if you want to make it a little harder, think about bringing this knee back, the foot back, just like we did before. Perfect. you're quite fit, you're quite young, so for you, I would probably give a couple extra things. So during the strengthening thing, I know you've done these in the past, the monster walk. Remember, use your hip muscles, legs stay the same distance apart all the time. Try to keep the knees over the toes. And you can turn around and show it from the front. And walk towards the camera. You can see all the stuff you've been working on before is now in play there. You can